Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Saratoga Racecourse here on Sunday. It is July the 21st, 2019. I'm going to look at the stakes races on the program from Saratoga, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for racecourses around the world. And hopefully they run this card today, because Saturday's card was canceled because of the excessive heat. And today's card doesn't actually look that, with the heat management, they better do a good job, because it's going to be quite as hot too today. So, but hopefully they could let this card go through, because it's 13 races. It's a ginormous card, and there's a little bit for everybody. There's some good turf races, there's some jumps races, some good sprints. It's just a card for everybody. So we're going to look at all the stakes races. There's 3 of them on the program, races 4, 11, and 13. So let's get on to it. The 4th race from the spot, it's the featured of the afternoon actually. It's the Grade 1 Coaching Club American Oaks. It's Grade 1 race going for a purse $500,000. Race for 3-year-old fillies. Field of 5 horses going 1 lap around the Saratoga main track, which is 1,800 meters in circumference, or the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/8 on the Saratoga main track. 1,800 meters, mile and 1/8. My top selection, the Coaching Club, I'm going to take the 1-horse Guarana and use it as a top selection in single in the multis. But I'm going to go 1-5-2-3 in the superfecta. 1-5-2-3 super, that's the top 3 basically. But the top selection is the 1-horse Guarana. 3-year-old filly by Go Zapper. Chad Brown trains. Jose Ortiz gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 8th of June at Belmont. 1 mile in the Grade 1 Acorn. First against winners. First against Stakes Company horses. First in Grade 1. Didn't really matter because this horse put on a show. Won by 6 lengths that day. Sat back early, got the lead, and then she just took off clear. It was a very impressive run, beating Serengeti Empress, who was the Kentucky Oaks winner, to tell you also. But she ran a terrific race that day in her second start. Before that, her only other start, the 19th of April at Keeneland, 6.5 on the slop, and a main special weight for $75,000. And the horse won by 14 3/4 lengths that day. And again, she could have won around 10 more times and still walked home easily the winner. It just doesn't get any easier than that. Since this Belmont race, she's been training here at Saratoga. Most recent workout, 4 furlongs, 48 and 3. This 36th best workout, 127. And then before that, Belmont, 5 furlongs in 1 minute and 1/5 of a second, best of 13. Her workouts have been good. She's sitting on a good run. She has the speed from the inside, which you need around 2 turns here at Saratoga. Everything points to her. The only thing that sucks about her is she's 2-5. There's no value on a win wager unless you're going to put boatloads on her. But I think she's real deal, and I'll take her here. So to recap my selections for the 4th from the spot, it's the Grade 1 Coaching Club American Oaks. Let's take the 1-horse Guarana as the top selection, and we'll go 1-5-2-3 in the superfecta. So we're going to scroll over to race number 11 now from Saratoga, and I don't know why I'm using my iPad. That's the good thing about Saratoga and me living in New York City. We have these newsstands all across the across the city that sells the racing form and also the Saratoga program. And usually when they sell the Naira programs, it's only for you can't buy the you have to buy it for that day. So if you want Sunday's paper, you have to get it for Sunday. But that changes when they go to Saratoga, so it's Saturday right now, Saturday morning. So I was able to buy the Saratoga program for Sunday today, which is quite cool. But still, that's for later on. I have to do my full card selections, which you can find on my Twitter page at HorseRacingKid5. But today's 11th race from Saratoga we're up to now. It's the Crest Stakes, going for a purse $200,000. Race for fillies, mares, 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 9 horses going to the Melon Turf Course. A distance of ground of 1,100 meters, or the distance of ground of 5.5 furlongs on that Melon Turf Course. 1,100 meters, 5.5 furlongs. My top selection here, it's a bit of a tricky race. I'm going to use the 5-horse Morticia, and I'm going to go 5-2-4-3 in the superfecta. 5-2-4-3 super. Top selection, the 5-horse Morticia. 5-year-old mare by Twirling Candy. George Arnold trains. Tyler Gaffleone gets the leg up, who's having a little bit of a quiet meeting so far, but I think he could change here. But the horse's most recent outing came 2nd of June at Churchill. 5 furlongs allowance race for $97,000. The horse won by 2.5 lengths that day. She stalked early on, she got the lead, then she took off clear. It was a very good run for her, getting back to her winning ways. Before that, she was running in stakes races, and she just couldn't get over. She was always the bridesmaids in a few of these races, like the race before in the Unbridled Sydney at Churchill, 5.5 May the 2nd, where she finished second by a neck. She couldn't get to a little bit of me, but she got she ran a good race there. And then Keeneland Giants Causeway race, she won by a neck. She was very wide that day from a stalking position, but she got there in nick of time, just nearly beating the closers. And then at Gulfstream, 5 furlongs in the Captiva Island, she finished second by neck. She set the pace early on, but then she got caught by Samura. But she has to run 3 times here at Saratoga, and she has 1 victory to her name. That came in 2017, so it's been a while ago. But she ran this race last year, but on very soft ground. She finished 4th, a little over bet that afternoon, and she was very wide. But this year, you're going to see a little bit of a drier turf course, and I think it's going to suit her from a stalking position where she does her better running. At 3-1, I'll take her. Like I said, this race could be a little tricky. In the multis, I'm going to go. I'm also going to use the 2-horse Broadway Run. I think she could run a big race, and I think Significant Form, cutting back in trip, could also run a big race. So I'll use them too. That horse also. But to recount my selections now for the 11th from the spot, it's the Crest Stakes. I'm going to use the 5-horse Morticia as a top selection. We're going to go 5-2-4-3 in the superfecta, and we're going to go 5-2-4 in the multi-race. So now let's get to race number 13, the Baker's Dozen race here, the finale on the program. It's the Shuvee Stakes, or is it a handicap? It's the Shuvee It's a grade 3 event going for a purse of $200,000. Race for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards. Field of 8 horses going the distance of ground of 1,800 meters, or the distance of ground of 1 1/8 on the turf course, on the main track, mile 1/8 main track. And yesterday at Monmouth, you had the Molly Pitcher, and I was shocked that Midnight Bisou was running there instead of here in the Shuvee. But it's good that she runs at Monmouth, but it would have been cooler to see her here also. But that's for another day. My top selection here in the Shuvee, I'm going to take the 3-horse Golden Award. I'm going to go 3-5-1-8 in the superfecta. 3-5-1-8 super top selection of the 3-horse Golden Award. 4-year-old filly by Medaglia d'Oro. Bill Montrain's Tyler Gaffleon. Like I said, he's having a bit of a quiet meeting, but I think today that's going to change. Gets the leg up. The horse's most recent outing came in 17th of May at Pimlico, mile 8th at the DuPont Distaff. He finished second by a noseband, My Lady Curlin. This horse sat on the front end early on, dueling a little bit, fought a good race down the lane. She just missed, but she ran a very good race. It was an improvement off the race before it came to the grade 3 double dog dare at Keeneland on the slot, mile 16th, May, April 19th. Finished 4th by 6 1/4 lengths as the favorite was wide and just wheel spinning, never got into it. It wasn't the day to win off the break. And then the 16th of January at Gulfstream, 1 mile off, 6-2 claimer. The horse won by 3.5 lengths, sat back early, got the lead, and then she took off clear. A very, very good going away victory. And then before that, Churchill mile 16th launch race at 78,000. Her last win around 2 turns. She won by 1.5 lengths, and she won very nicely. She has started here at the Saratoga once. That came last July the 22nd, so just nearly a year ago. So 364 days ago, and 7-furlong main special for 85,000. She nearly broke the main. She finished second that day by 1/4 lengths. Set the pace up until their stretch run, where she just couldn't get to Ascot to walk. Just ran that better race, but after that she had a win streak of 3 races in a row. But I like her coming back to the stakes company, sitting closer on this main track from low poster is ideal, and I think a 5-1 she'll get a good run, so I'll take her. So to recount my selection for the 13th from the spots, the grade 3 Shuvee, gonna go with the 3-horse Golden Award, and gonna go 3-5-1-8 in the superfecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5.